Hi, you're in the moment with Dr. Tanya Gilbert. How are you? Today is Saturday, and I usually say, oh, this is Self-Care Saturday. But I was thinking about that. I just mentioned in a prior video about the things that are most important to us. We only give it like a month, like this is September, so suicide prevention or suicide awareness month. And it doesn't go away at the end of the month. And so when we give something a limited amount of time for attention, I believe it helps because it raises the awareness right in the moment. However, when that time is over, it's almost just like the holidays. When they're over, they're done, they're gone. And I thought about my segments that I do that I call Self-Care Saturday. And I was wondering, by calling it Self-Care Saturday, am I also putting something in a box, giving it just a limited amount of time for an approach or an awareness? What is the need of me saying Self-Care Saturday? Why can't I just talk about self-care? Because self-care is taking charge of your life. It's something that's going to go on and on and on. And there's so many aspects to self-care. So I decided that I'm just going to start talking about whatever it is that I want to speak about, and that it may or may not involve what you would consider self-care directly, but everything I do is towards self-care, towards relieving myself of the stress and the anxiety or the pressure, or to incorporate the joy, and the happiness and the peace that I get from caring for myself. I was reading a piece here from Ralph Waldo Emerson, Ralph Emerson, and it says, what lies behind us and what lies before us are of tiny matters compared to what lies within us. And that, really been resonating with me all day. I mean, it's like nighttime here. It's like after 11 p.m. But I happened to see that this morning, and it has resonated with me throughout the day. And so what I've been thinking about, what does that really mean? What does it really mean? And so I started to do the work where I like to do body scans and feel, where am I? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? What am I doing? Right now, right here in this moment. And from that particular saying that I sang this morning, I thought about just us, me, you, life, and what is it? What does our lives represent? And how do we flow through life? I was thinking about the limitations, that's set, and really reinforcing to undo the thinking that I have towards the reinforcing my limitations, because the only one that's enforcing the limitations is me. Yeah, there are rules and there are guidelines and structures in our system that we can and we do follow. However, we have to be creative and make it work for ourselves. I was speaking to a young woman earlier, and she wants to go back to school. And the thing that keeps resonating with her is her husband saying, oh, that's going to cost so much money. Oh, we're not going to be, oh, I could buy a house for what it's going to cost for you to go back to school and get your doctorate degree. And he is absolutely correct. I can attest to that for sure, because I could have bought the house for what I've paid for my education. But what that brings me to today is, what is it that we own, that we own it, and can't no one take it away from us? We have something that we possess that no one can take away from us. And yours is separate and different from everybody else's, and so is mine. But we all have one. It's called the mind. Our mind. Our mind is the only thing, or among the most important investments that we have, that can't no one take it away. You are in charge of what goes in, and you are in charge of what comes out. Our mind is the only investment that we have that is equal in being an asset, just as equal as it is in being a liability. However, no matter if it's in your mind is your asset or your liability, society does not get to foreclose on your mind. If you don't pay the mortgage for thinking, the banker can't come and take it back. So I say to that young lady, girl, go to school, get your degree, and then that degree will help you decide or think of how you're going to pay the tuition. Because you're going to owe somebody the rest of your life. You might as well owe yourself. And so paying tuition to go to school to get your degree is like taking out a loan for you. Taking out a loan that you're investing in your mind, so your mind can become an asset and not a liability. And no matter if you miss a payment on your student loan, or a few payments, I'm not encouraging you not to pay, but if you didn't pay, they cannot foreclose on the mind. That's all yours. You get to take it with you. You get to keep it. You get to do whatever you want to do with it. Mostly what I see doing with the mind is to withdraw some equity from it. Because we putting all that money in, we should be able to get something out. What we're getting out is the equity. The equity is me sitting here talking to you. I get to think. I get to think. I get to cash in on what I paid for. I just wanted to share that with you today as part of thinking about self-care. Take care of your mind. Your mind is an investment. Your brain can be a liability or it can be an asset. But it's yours. And can't anyone foreclose on your brain but you? If you miss some payments on it for however you got in it, what you got there, they can't take it back. You get to take all of that with you. Also, you build equity in your mind. And you get to withdraw that as well. Your equity is when you're able to process your thoughts and your dreams, and you dream big. Your equity is what you're getting out, your payout for your investment. What is your equity? What is your mind? Thinking about it now in this frame, is your mind an asset to you, or is it a liability? If it's a liability, what can you do to make a payment plan where it will become an asset? Because it's yours. Remember, can't no one foreclose on it. You can withdraw the equity that you put in it, though. So I want you to think about that for today. Our mind, the asset, the liability, the foreclosure, withdrawing your equity, you're in the moment with Dr. Tanya, and I'm just resonating on methods of the mind. And if you would like to contact me and have more conversation and apply some of this process to your personal life, if you would like for me to help you understand how your mind, your brain, is an asset or a liability, and how you can withdraw equity from it, please feel free to look me up on Facebook at Dr. Tanya Gilbert for Change. Look me up on Instagram at Dr. Gilbert. Twitter, Dr. Tanya Gilbert 1. You can also look me up on my website. It's www.drtanyagilbert. Oh no, it's www.drtanyagilbert.com. And if you just Google my name, I'm going to come up. My number is 1-844 Dr. Tanya. That's 1-844 TANYA, or 1-844 378-2692. Remember, you are in the moment with Dr. Tanya, and we are withdrawing our equity out of our mind. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Take care.